The point of view used by Jane Austen in the novel Pride and Prejudice. In a novel, the author will adopt a suitable point of view to tell the story with great impact. Hence, the author must be consistent in his or her use of point of view to make the story interesting and coherent. The point of view used in Pride and Prejudice. The novel Pride and Prejudice employs the third-person limited omniscient point of view. It is told mainly by the primary female character, who is also the protagonist of the novel, Elizabeth Bennet. Her thoughts, feelings, and perceptions of her surroundings, characters, and events are revealed through Elizabeth, which can sometimes be slightly biased and judgmental. For example, her perception of Mr. Wickham, a charming lieutenant with an alluring personality, in chapter 13 until 17. Quoted, "She came to believe that Mr. Wickham is a good and honorable man and began to despise Mr. Darcy after Mr. Wickham revealed that Mr. Darcy had altered the will written by his own father, allowing him to get all the money to himself. The money was supposed to be given to Mr. Wickham as Mr. Darcy's father promised to provide for him when he expressed his intention to join the ministry." However, the narrator is not Jane Austen herself, but the narrative voice is spoken by Elizabeth Bennet in judging and perceiving the events and characters in the novel. There are some advantages of using this writing style. Although most narration focuses entirely on Elizabeth, however, the narration allows the reader to see the scene and characters' thoughts and actions that would not otherwise be seen if the narrator was not all-knowing. In the opening of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, it represents an all-knowing narrator. For an example, quoted, "It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife." In another example of the omniscient view of the character, Elizabeth, having rather expected to affront him, was amazed at his gallantry, but there was a mixture of sweetness and archness in her manner which made it difficult for her to affront anybody, and Darcy had never been so bewitched by any woman as he was by her. He really believed that were it not for the inferiority of her connections, he should be in some danger. With the use of this type of point of view, it makes the narration lacking in dramatic emotions, as dialogues, opinions, ideas, and events dominate the course of the story. By using the third-person point of view, the plot proves to be delightful, although there were some misjudgments and errors committed by Elizabeth in judging people and events surrounding the story. All in all, Austen did a tremendous job in tying up all loose ends towards the end of the novel by breaking all prejudices and ending the story on a happy note, with Elizabeth finally agreeing to marry Mr. Darcy, and the novel closes with their wedding.